Hi, everybody. Welcome back to RVAsec 2023 Richmond, Virginia at the beautiful Omni Motel. My next guest, what's your name, sir?
Colin Estep.
Name of your company?
Netskope.
Netskope.com?
Yes.
Okay, what do you guys do?
We make cloud security software.
Okay.
So, yeah, we do secure service edge and data loss prevention, CASB, stuff like that.
We need that. We need a lot of that.
Yeah, sure.
And I stayed out of the cloud a long time because I wasn't sure it was secure. And then I moved to it because I thought it was secure. And then what happened? The bad guys made it less secure.
Sure.
So we got to stay ahead of them. I mean, it's just a game, right? It's whack-a-mole. How many people really take data with them when they leave? We're going to talk about the loss of data. Listen, I'm going to confess Fox and Disney. I took things from my memoirs when I left because I'm going to write a book about it. No non-disclosure agreement. I think everybody takes something with them when they leave.
Sure, yeah. I mean, a lot of people take stuff with them. Some of it's personal, that's fine.
Right.
In our study that I'm going to be talking about at this conference, there were about 2% of the people leaving companies we found violated corporate policies.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were taking stuff that they shouldn't be.
Proprietaries, copyright, all that. Intellectual property is the gold nowadays, right?
Correct, yeah.
Are you finding that the owners of it take that part seriously? I think a lot of people still think that security means doors, alarms, guards, some intellectual property protection, but in my experience, working at studios, intellectual property was like, well, we have a script that's locked in the vault, we don't have to worry about it. They never thought about the internet part of it.
Right. Yeah, that definitely has been more of a recent concern, I think.
So how do you go about finding insiders? It's always about insider threats. I remember at the studios, about 85% of our laptop thefts were from employees, not external, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking data stealing is kind of the same thing, maybe. Very high with internal employees.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a concern for insiders taking data. How would you go about finding it? You have to have certain infrastructure in place, of course. So assuming you have the activities of your employees that you're able to monitor to see data movement, there's three main signals that we found most helpful, which is the volume of data, like being able to tell if somebody's uploading or downloading more than they usually do.
Okay.
Then there's the direction, so being able to tell if somebody's just sending data to your corporate OneDrive as opposed to their personal one.
All right.
And then there's the nature of the data. So that's the part where it's like, is it intellectual property or is it cat pictures?
Right.
So those are the signals.
It comes back to the old school 1,000-year security rule about behavior.
Right.
How are you behaving? You're behaving like you're going to breach my gate, so therefore I'm going to do something about it.
Right.
Are people using algorithms to find this behavior, or is it what's the best mechanism to detect that now?
Yeah, so the things that we've been doing is using things like anomaly detection to kind of tell that difference in behavior. And of course, there's so many different ways you could implement that, but that's part of what I'm going to be talking about in a little more detail of how we do it.
Got some good success stories on stuff you guys have got? Give me one.
So, we've got a ton of, we've found, lots of insiders for our customers and worked with those organizations. So we were able to tell them, unfortunately, in some cases, people already left.
Okay.
But they at least knew, hey, this person took stuff related to a patent, this person took stuff related to legal and financial data, like legal cases.
Right.
We found all kinds of stuff like that.
So how much prevention is built into this if you use it properly?
Yeah, I think there's
Before
a lot
he leaves,
of options today.
Yeah.
So before they leave, if you can detect it earlier, if you have the right things in place, you can detect it before they leave. And so that's, again, like part of what I'm going to be talking about, like how much should you be monitoring and what does that really look like? And what's a manageable workflow to do that? Because I think today people have the data in some ways, but there's a lot of alert fatigue out there. So,
Yes.
So I feel like the magic is figuring out how to reduce that and pull out things that really stand out.
Now, you might be too young to remember the movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise.
Oh, no, I remember it.
All right, so I hear a little bit of that. We're preventing future crimes.
Right.
Maybe the guy legally has taken data. He hasn't taken anything proprietary yet, but that data he is taking may be a pattern that he's on his way to the proprietary files, right?
Right. So yeah, there are some signals that we're trying to develop internally as sort of our next steps. Beyond the research that I'm going to be presenting. So yeah, we're kind of aiming in that direction.
Do you know what percentage, just off the top of your head, or a rough idea of how much data is stolen? How would I describe it? Before they leave, as opposed to, when they get there, by the way, because that's espionage. If I start seeing the data when I get there, that's different than a long-term employee that says, as a natural course, I'm taking my data with me because it's my work product. Different mindset.
Right. And I think a lot of the cases we found, we can't tell intent or any of that, obviously, but, I kind of get the feeling that so many people are doing it, maybe they don't realize what they're taking is really, something sensitive. But yeah, I don't have hard numbers on in what phases people are taking things, but we definitely notice, the last 50 days before they depart.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's sort of a high amount of data leaving is in that window.
50 days, they plan it.
Yep.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent, my friend.
Yeah.
Give us your name one more time, website.
Hi, I'm Colin Estep from Netskope. That's netscope.com.
Excellent. Back in a minute here. At what conference am I at again? I'm teasing, Jake. RVAsec 2023, Richmond, Virginia. Thank you.
Thank you.